Hey everyone. All right, so the Blue Sky Cellar reopened after a very, very long hiatus over at Disney California Adventure. They have a lot of new interesting stuff in regards to Pixar Pier, and I wanted to go over with you some of the more interesting, different pieces of art that they are showcasing at that Blue Sky Cellar. Before I get started, I do want to say that all of the screenshots that I got from the Blue Sky Cellar are actually from InsideTheMagic.net. I'm going to link their video in the description below. Check them out. They do phenomenal work. But I just wanted to go ahead and preface this video saying that all of these screenshots are from that video. And again, check it out. The entire video is great. But I'm going to go over with you some of the highlights and some of the different kinds of art, the new stuff basically, from being shown right now at the Blue Sky Cellar. So let's dig right in. Okay, so here's the Pixar Pier logo, and I've said this a million times in so many videos, but when they announced Pixar Pier at D23, I pretty much hated the idea, but ever since then, all of the concept art, all of the models, everything they've given us has really been impressive, and this is yet another example of that. I really love the way the colors pop. I love the design. It just looks really, really good. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to go over with you, how this design fits in with the park, in terms of the Incredicoaster and the loop and all that. But right now, I just want to say I really love this logo. I'm assuming this logo, aside from being in the Incredicoaster loop, will also be on all the trash cans, and it'll be pretty much everywhere throughout the land, and I'm totally fine with that because it looks phenomenal. Okay, so here are some design work for the Incredicoaster queue area, and I really love they really nailed that mid-century design. It looks so much like the movie. I hope the queue looks this good when it's done, because I love it. I love that look. It's really, really great. But I don't think this is like a blueprint. This looks more like just kind of, they're basically testing the tone and the vibe. So I think we'll get something very similar to this, but I don't think we'll see anything that looks exactly like any of these designs. But yeah, I love this stuff. This looks so cool. Okay, so this art, we've kind of seen another version of this recently. I did a video on it. It's Dash in one of the scream tubes. He's kind of dodging all the lasers. One question that I do have though is I wonder if Dash is going to be a projection or if he's going to be an animatronic. I'm kind of hoping though that he's an animatronic, or at least a 3D figure, and then obviously the lasers and all that would be projections. But I really hope they don't just project Dash onto the scream tube. That would be kind of cheesy, to be honest. I really hope he is a 3D figure, and then all of those lasers would just kind of bounce around him. Would be pretty cool. Okay, so this scene looks so awesome. This is the Bunny Hill section of the attraction. Again, this is something I don't even know if this is going to be in the final attraction or not. And if it is, are they going to be full-blown like 3D figures of Jack Jack? Or are they going to be like projections? Or what is this? I don't know. If they can pull this off, which I hope they do, it could be very, very, very cool. But this is like kind of like a disclaimer. When it comes to the Blue Sky Cellar, I've noticed they really do give you a glimpse of the entire creative process. So you're seeing designs from the beginning of the process, and you're seeing final designs, but they don't tell you which are which. So some of these designs might not show up. They might have been canned, canceled, thrown in the trash. They might very well be the final design. We just don't know. So designs like this, very, very cool, but don't treat any of this art like gospel, like it's coming for sure, because we just don't know. The Blue Sky Cellar is tricky like that. I've noticed that over the years. Okay, now this is very interesting. Here's Violet on top of one of the tubes. This is one thing I hope happens. I really hope they build a 3D figure of Violet on top of that tube. I mean, can you imagine zooming around and then you see her on top of the tube like that, and you enter the tube and there's like a show scene in there? Oh my gosh, that would be so incredible. No pun intended, but I really do hope this made it into the final version of the ride. I think that would be really impressive. And then if they can even add like some sort of lighting effect in her hands where they actually glowed like that, oh man, top notch. I would absolutely adore that. Okay, so this is so cute. This is Jack Jack's Cookie Num Nums. This is one of the ODV carts, outdoor vending carts near the attraction. I mean, look at that logo. How adorable is that? You know? And it's consistent with the Incredibles, that mid-century style, which I like. I also like the idea of having a cookie cart. You know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I don't think we've had one of these at Disneyland. A whole cart dedicated to like cookies. I don't think we have, and I think that it's time that we do. I really do like this concept. I love the art, the way it looks. Yeah, A+ all around. Okay, so moving on now to the Lamplight Lounge. This is the restaurant / lounge that will be replacing Ariel's Grotto. You know, this is the main dining area. Okay, now this looks like a vast departure, a completely different direction than Ariel's Grotto. And I said this in my Lamplight Lounge video a few weeks back, but they're definitely going, at least from the art, it looks like they're going in a more adult direction. This looks more in line with like 1901 or Carthay, you know, more of an adult lounge where you can sit and have a few drinks, have a conversation. Ariel's Grotto was more or less for little kids. It was a meet and greet to meet the princesses, but it was very much geared towards little kids. This doesn't look like it is. So I don't know. Unless the final product turns out a lot different than this, it looks like they're going in a vastly different direction with Lamplight Lounge compared to what was there with Ariel's Grotto. And I'm actually fine with that. I'm actually completely fine with that. As long as they add some other character dining location within California Adventure to kind of offset the change, I'm fine with Lamplight Lounge becoming more adult. Okay, so here is some art. It says photo op billboards. I'm imagining this is one of the billboards that you see along the pier. You know, when you're walking past like Cove Bar and all that, you see those billboards. I'm imagining this is one of them. I don't know if it'll be exactly like this. I would imagine that that Pixar ball that's in the fun wheel is probably not going to make the final design, because they ended up not doing that, which thank God that they didn't. I am so happy they're keeping Mickey on the fun wheel. He's become, that whole fun wheel has really become almost like the icon of the entire park. So it's really difficult to change that to the Pixar ball, unless the whole park was Pixar, but it's not. So Mickey is much more fitting. But basically, this is the artwork. I think it's just kind of giving you an idea. I don't think it's going to be exactly like this, because the pier doesn't look like that. It looks different. So I think it will change, but it gives you basically an idea. And this is kind of like a collage of various elements. So you see the Pixar Pier logo in the middle, which will be placed in the loop for the Incredicoaster. One interesting thing I really want to point out to you, if you look to the left of the Pixar Pier logo, you see Coco, and he's standing there with his family, and you see the mariachis. I really do believe there will be some sort, and I don't know this for sure, but this is my speculation. I do think that there will be some sort of Coco show on Pixar Pier. They already have the mariachis at the Pacific Wharf. I can easily see them using those mariachis on Pixar Pier and adding Miguel and having a Coco show. That's really what it looks like from this art. I could be wrong, but that's what it appears to be. Above the logo, you can see Woody and the Slinky Dog, which looks like a play on the old school, you know, copper tone ads. This will probably be one of the billboards, you know, along the pier with the Wall-E and Eve artwork that we just saw. So this will probably be one of those billboards. Really cute, kind of a nice little throwback to the old copper tone ad. And then to the left of that, I know it's kind of blurry, but it says knickknacks, and you see the snowman in the snow globe. That's the logo for the new store that recently just opened at the entrance of Pixar Pier. So that's probably going to be some sort of signage for that store. And nothing really else to note on that collage other than those things. I really do hope, though, that they have a Coco show. That would be incredible. Okay, so this last picture, I want to give credit to a buddy of mine. His name's Patrick. His Twitter, @WallyBogue. He took this picture the other day when he was at the parks. This is the Pixar Pier logo that's appearing within the loop of the Incredicoaster. And I'm telling you, this looks so much better than what was there before. The red tubes, the color scheme. Look at the color scheme of Midway Mania below it. And that Pixar Pier logo, everything looks phenomenal. I really love this shot. It's gorgeous. It really is. They're doing a fantastic job at Pixar Pier so far from what we can see. Again, it might not turn out great. It might look like trash when it's all done. We don't know yet. But from everything that I've seen, from the artwork and from this stuff, like right here, it looks really, really great. I'm super, super happy. So again, I want to give a shout out to my friend Patrick @WallyBogue. He's on Twitter. He took this picture just the other day. So that concludes this, you know, kind of recap of all of the, you know, the new artwork that was showcased at the Blue Sky Cellar. Everything looks great. You know, I'm telling you, I'm getting very, very excited for Pixar Pier. There's nothing so far except maybe the churro cart, the Buzz churro cart. But there's nothing really that stands out as super horrible or super ugly. Everything looks like it's either pretty much the same or better than what was there before. And I'm happy with that. So, but what are your thoughts on all the art that we discussed? What are your feelings on it? What are your speculations? Comment below. I love to hear from you guys. Like, subscribe. I do content on Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, everything, all the time. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and if you're on Twitter, @OrangeGrove55, follow me. We can continue the conversation on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.